Now at 5, remembering a town marshal killed in the line of duty.
We have the growing memorial now as you look live at Lynn, Indiana, along the eastern part of the state. Ahead, how you can pay your respects still tonight.
Jury deliberations underway in an Indianapolis murder trial. I'm Ashton Hackman. The final arguments made in court as the jury is left to decide.
Sunny and warm today, so radar is clear. That starts to change this time tomorrow when rain chances return in your forecast.
And we're here at the first day of Gen Con, attempting to learn a new game. We'll tell you more coming up.
Well, here's a look tonight at the procession moving a fallen town marshal to the funeral home in Randolph County.
We don't yet know the official funeral arrangements. We do know there will be a vigil tonight. Everyone is welcome. This is for people who want to come together to remember and celebrate the life of Lynn Town Marshal Brad Fisher. Lynn is about 80 miles northeast of downtown Indianapolis. It's right along the Indiana-Ohio border. That's where our Brandon Schaff spent this day, and he's spent the day speaking to those who wanted to come out, and they wanted to pay their respects, and they wanted to say thanks.
Yes, Brandon, take us there.
Yeah, Felicia and Marie, good evening to you. A very emotional day here in Lynn as they are really celebrating the life of Brad Fisher, that fallen town marshal here. People have still been dropping off flowers behind me at his truck. You can see how many have been dropped off since this incident happened early Wednesday morning. There's a flag there, an American flag with several signatures on it, and also a picture of Brad on the window on the side here. And there have been people coming here throughout the day, even throughout the afternoon as well. Now the procession, we want to take you there. That went through this town this afternoon with dozens of emergency vehicles in a long line that were following the hearse. A large American flag was held up by 2 fire trucks next to the police station where we are now. His fellow first responders saluting Fisher as he passed by, while community members held their hands over their hearts, some visibly upset after losing one of their own. Fisher died after a fleeing suspect hit him with a car on Wednesday morning while he was setting out a tire deflation system. His pastor was there and says that the procession honored Fisher and showed how much this community loved and respected him as the town marshal. I also spoke with someone who actually even told me they got into some trouble as a teenager, but said that Fisher was someone who helped to steer him on the right path and called him a pillar of this community.
Yeah, that was absolutely incredible. How many different departments and types of departments came through. I don't think I've ever seen a display like that in my entire life.
Great husband, great father, and great town marshal, and did so much for the community.
He did give his life trying to protect this community.
Yes, yeah, and that means a lot, you know, and that's who Brad was, you know. He would do it again if he had to.
Brad was also a graduate of Randolph Southern School Corporation and coached baseball there as one of the first to win a sectional. And there will be a vigil tonight at the baseball field, which is right by where this devastating incident happened that took Fisher's life on Wednesday. We'll be back at 6 from the field previewing that vigil, and we'll be seeing some of the people that will be showing up, certainly, to honor one of their own. Back to you.
Brandon reporting live for us from Lynn. Thank you. We are now learning that the town marshal, Brad Fisher, had a very long history of service to that community, first with 27 years in law enforcement.
He was also the chief of Lynn Police back in 2020. 13 News interviewed him that January about a police shootout at the end of 2019.
That's when a man shot at 33 officers about 200 times, that incident crippling the Lynn Police Department by taking out 2 of their police cars.
You can read the latest condolences coming in following the death of Town Marshal Fisher on our website. We've placed those messages at WTHR.com.
And that's also where we'll make sure to keep you updated as we learn about the details and plans for his services, people coming together to honor the life of Brad Fisher.
Happening tonight, a visitation and celebration of life for Hannah Rapp. She's the young boxer from Delaware County who died after someone hit her while she was riding a bike in Texas. The visitation is taking place for about another hour at Yorktown Middle School. It will be followed by a celebration of life at 6 o'clock tonight.
Developing tonight, deliberations now underway in the murder trial of Caden Douglas.
Jurors are deciding whether he acted in self-defense during a fatal shooting outside an Indianapolis bar last summer. 28-year-old Jeremy Dillingham died in this shooting at the Mucky Duck Pub on the South Side.
Our Ashton Hackman in the courtroom for those closing arguments today. Ashton.
Prosecutors say Douglas stayed because he wanted a fight. Defense attorneys say that he had seconds to react and was unsure if Dillingham had a weapon. Competing arguments now in the hands of the jury. Prosecutors say the night turned violent when Douglas fell from a chair, hit his head, and became angry. That's when they say Dillingham stepped in and the two men later hugged it out. But the peace didn't last. Prosecutors say Douglas was drunk. Bar staff kicked him out, but he stayed outside, revving his engine. They say Douglas rolled down his window and called Dillingham to the car using a racial slur as he started to leave. Security video captured what happened next. Dillingham appears to walk alongside Douglas's car, then swings into the passenger side window. Seconds later, a gunshot as Douglas drives away. Dillingham drops to the ground as friends rush to help. He died about 30 minutes later.
If he really wanted to leave, he had every opportunity to do it. And it is only after he has shot a man in the chest out of anger does he finally decide that it's time to go home. That's not fear, folks. That's not fear, that's anger. That's anger.
His attorneys told jurors the case comes down to those final seconds. They say Caden didn't know if Dillingham was armed and had only seconds to react.
Caden's got literally a second. Jeremy coming down from that crouch into his car. Why would you not think he's bringing a gun or bringing a knife? You have every reason to believe that there's a weapon in that.
The question now left for jurors whether Douglas was acting in self-defense. In Indianapolis, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
We're monitoring the deliberations right now. Jurors have been at it for about 4 hours at this point. We're going to let you know when they reach a verdict, and of course, we'll let you know what it is on all WTHR platforms.
Tonight, we're learning another young man will likely spend the rest of his life in prison for his role in a woman's murder in Anderson. Earlier today, a Madison County judge sentenced 19-year-old Rashawn Samuels to 125 years in prison. A judge found Samuels guilty of several charges, including aiding, inducing or causing murder, attempted murder, and conspiracy to commit murder. 26-year-old Dayla Swain died in the shooting outside Sunny Ray's in February of 2025. Police arrested 4 people in this case. A judge sentenced 2 others, including a 15-year-old boy, to around 100 years in prison each. The 4th recently had a court hearing, but at last check, a trial date had not been set.
Tonight, we're learning an Indianapolis mother will not be going on trial for the death of her 2-year-old son. Kiera Bickett has signed a plea deal admitting to reckless homicide and admitting to neglect. She was facing a charge of neglect of a dependent resulting in death, but that charge will be dismissed if this plea deal is now accepted. It was her son, Javarius Bickett, who died in June of 2026. Investigators say that Javarius found a loaded gun in his mom's purse and then accidentally shot himself in a parking lot.
As expected, today is warmer than yesterday. The 24-hour temperature change on the positive side, a handful of degrees. We're up 5 in Shelbyville and Muncie, up 7 in Richmond, and it's 3 warmer in Indianapolis. This is a live view out at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. In the capital city, we have 85. It's 82 in Muncie and 84 degrees in Bloomington. Looks great all across central Indiana. We have some sunshine and a few clouds. That's the view over Hamilton County right now. Evening temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Once the sun goes down, we'll drop into the 70s. Today, still not too muggy, although that muggy meter will be on the increase starting tomorrow and as we head into the weekend. What will also be on the increase this time tomorrow, clouds and the rain chance. More on that in the full forecast.
Thanks, Angela. Well, Gen Con is happening now in downtown Indy.
Thousands of people are downtown dressing up, playing games, and building community at this very popular sold-out annual event. So Ella Rhodes was joining us earlier outside talking about the big traffic and crowds. Now she's gone inside the convention center for the very first day.
And you're learning a new game, Ella?
Anne-Marie and Felicia, I'm really trying here. I've got a phenomenal teacher, Steve. He's teaching me how to play this Lord of the Rings game, and it actually goes chapter by chapter. Super cool. Oh, it's my turn here. Guys, I don't have one of these kind of cards, so I'm just gonna have to put down a different type, and Steve will win it. He won that one. That's one trick. But I will say I do have the most tricks on here. No, this is the game, though. Everybody wins as a team, and you also lose as a team. Great life lesson. But I want you to check out some of the video from earlier that we took here at Gen Con. There's just so many things to do for people to check out. Games, exhibits, card trading, costume contests, entertainment, crafting, and of course some shopping. Literally something for everyone. Now, 70,000 people are expected at the convention this weekend. We spoke with a gamer dressed as Gandalf. He has not missed a single Gen Con since it came to Indianapolis in 2003.
First day, you have a lot of people are just hunting for new games, trying to do different stuff. Then it starts to settle into people playing games, be it role-playing games, board games, whatever, and the energy takes over which game you're playing.
So many people also love Gen Con because they reconnect with their friends from all over the world, and they also make a lot of new friends like us. We just met Steve, and I would like to consider Steve now a friend. He's a great teacher as well. And I do want to say this is just really scratching the surface of everything you can experience here at Gen Con. Ahead at 6, we'll tell you about one event that's free for everyone, even if you don't have a ticket, because Gen Con is sold out. Anne-Marie and Felicia?
All right, Ella, great job there. Also, can we just show Campbell there? Because Campbell is your intern. She's out there and she's learning. And today is National Intern Day. So, Campbell, we love that you're out there learning all that and everything. And thank you for all you're doing to help us with our coverage as well. We'll check back with both of you at 6.
Yes, good job to them and good job to all our interns rocking it here at Channel 13. All right, our news continues, making changes to child care regulations.
The concerns that daycare providers want our state lawmakers now to hear about the state's proposal before they make a decision. That's ahead here at 5:30. But first, here at 5.
This Colts defense continues to impress here at training camp. Coming up for you, we hear from Colts defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo what impressed him about day 2 and his personnel on that side of the ball. It's coming up for you in sports.
The reigning national champions took the stage for Big Ten Media Days here in Chicago. We're going to hear from Curt Cignetti and the Hoosiers coming up in 13 Sports.